Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while, but today we're going to be doing a really cool Q&A video. I'm also going to be doing a little get ready with me so we can keep it like interesting and stuff. I'll talk you through my products as well, but without further ado, let's jump in. So the other day, or let's just say about a week ago now, on my Insta stories, I was asking about any questions you guys had in relation to like content and like all that kind of good stuff, because I was getting loads of DMs recently, and you guys come through, said quite a few questions, so I'm going to be answering them on here. So let's get started. So bear with me, I'm just going to get them up on my phone. Okay, got it up. So I'm currently on Instagram. Obviously I have my YouTube channel and I also have a TikTok account. I would say the main thrust of my content is put out onto Instagram and onto TikTok as well. They're my two main platforms. I really do try and work on my YouTube, but I just always feel like I fall behind with it. So again, I always say this in most of my videos, I'm going to try my very hardest to keep up with my YouTube, and I've got some really cool ideas for my YouTube coming up soon, so keep watching, make sure you're subscribed as well. So I asked the question if anyone had any questions regarding to social media, and obviously to pop them in the question box, so let's go through them. Okay, so the first question says, how many times a week do I recommend posting when trying to build Instagram? So this is a really good question, and I think that there is definitely like an underdoing it and an overdoing it. I definitely think there's like a happy medium in the middle that you have to kind of get to make sure that you're getting the engagement, you're making sure you're building a community, but at the same time you're not kind of annoying them, right? So I would say at least once every 2 days. I wouldn't go more than like a 1 day's gap without posting, mainly because for me, the content that I put out there, I think it's more like aspirational, inspirational, it's like product recommendation, so it kind of depends, I personally think, on your niche. However, I would say at least once every other day at a minimum, and then for me specifically, then I would turn around and say at least don't go over that 1 per post per day. Like I think for Instagram, 2 posts, 3 posts I think is way too much, so I would definitely go for maximum 1 post per day, minimum once every other day. Okay, so just so you know, I've just literally put an eye base on as well. I use the P. Louise eye base shade 4. I always use this before my eyeshadows, so I'm going to go on to the other side and just pat. This is also a brush from P. Louise, but it comes with the eye paints. Is it called the crisp paints or crisp something? You know, the ones that come in like the crisp packet with the brush. This is the brush from those. Okay, so we're going to be using the Kaleidos palette. So it's like this. I love the fact that this comes off and turns into a little mirror. It's really cute. This is the, does it actually say which palette? Oh, the Flower Punk palette. So taking the shade Earthship, we're going to go into the crease first. Okay, so next question that we've got here is how do I edit my videos? So there's a couple of different ways that I edit my videos, and it really just depends on obviously what I'm doing or what type of content that I'm creating. So for example, if I am trying to create a YouTube video like I am now, I'm using my Sony camera. I'll put the make and the model like across the bottom here because I can't remember the model at the moment. I'll get the letters mixed up. So I'm using my Sony camera to film, and then from there I will literally just use Imovie to edit this content out. I do have a couple of other apps via my phone. I have got Inshot, I've got Videoleap as well. They're quite cool if you want to put some like cool effects on it, or you want to add stickers and all that kind of stuff. I would say iMovie is very, very basic, and I can't get my words out, oh my gosh. The way that I get my content from my camera to my phone is through a lightning adapter. So I literally take the memory card out of my camera, pop it into that, pop it into my phone, iPad, or I can even put it into my Mac, and then I'll transfer it to the device that I'm going to edit on. If I'm editing on my Mac, I do have Final Cut Pro, but it's very technical software, and I think you have to have the time to learn how to use it. And I just think that if I know how to use other apps and other software, it's probably just quicker and easier for me just to edit through that, because I don't necessarily think that the other functions that it has I personally need in my content, or think that it would add that much to my content. I mean, I guess it's a progress, and I guess it's just a personal preference, and I do want to move forward and like use other softwares, but obviously, you know. So then we get to Instagram and also TikTok. So actually I make my content for those platforms through my TikTok app. So I use my phone. I have an iPhone 11. It's not like a Pro or anything like that. It's just a standard iPhone 11. And I use that to create the content. Now, I personally feel like a lot of people ask me like, how do I get such a clear outcome on my videos when using my iPhone? And I do generally think it's to do with the lighting. If you've got like not very good lighting, or it's unbalanced or not enough of it, I do think it can kind of distort the way that your video looks and can make it come across blurry. Also, avoid zooming in. Sit closer to the camera, because the more you zoom in, the more pixelated it becomes if you're sitting further away from the camera. So literally when I'm filming for TikTok, like my phone is literally here, you can literally see how close it is compared to my camera, and then my face is in front just to make it as clear as possible. So that is what I do for that. Then a lot of people now are asking the question, well, how, if you film on TikTok, how do you get it over to Instagram, right? And literally all I do is just screen record the video that I just did, and I will upload it that way. And then yeah, pretty simple. Or you can do it the other way around, so you can do it via Instagram, screen record, upload via TikTok. The reason I just do it like that is just because I can't be going backwards and forwards in either app to film specific content for each of the apps. It's just too much. I tried to do it before, it's just long. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. So next up, we're going in with the shade Golden Age. So we're going to just pop that over the middle of the eyes, just to give that dark green something to blend into. And then let's move on to the next question. So I love your work, where do you find inspo? So first and foremost, thank you so much for liking my work. Like I actually love it when I get compliments, say that people like what I put out there, because I do put a lot of time and effort into it. So thank you very much. And then the next question is, where do I get inspo? And I think it's just like most people, mainly obviously looking at other content creators. I look at things that have done well on my page and see how I can recreate it to make it more me, or make another version of it. I always think about things that like the normal person would struggle with, or what is current, what's trend at the moment. I look on Pinterest. So yeah, they're just a couple of ways that I look for inspiration. So I look at content creators, I go on different apps, and yeah, I just try and be innovative with what I've already created. And with the last colour now for this eye look, it is in the shade Chlorophyll. It's like a nice lime green colour. And moving on to that next question, how to grow a community on IG. So I would just say it is really about staying consistent, and I think a lot of people don't realise how long it actually takes to build a following, and some people are exception to that rule. Sometimes you see people that are literally grow overnight and they have like this massive growth burst, but it doesn't always continue that way, and at some point you are going to need to, you know how to build a community and also sustain it as well. So my top tips would be to use your stories. I think that my type of content that I put out doesn't always show my personality, it always just shows product that I'm putting on. And I think that in today's day and age, people like to feel connected to who they follow, they like to feel like they know them, and that's my biggest thing that I'm working on now. Now, I'm not saying that I've completely mastered that, because I absolutely have not, but it's something that I try to work on. So I try to really be interactive on my stories. I use polls a lot. And also really listen to what your following are wanting. I think that it's all about the following you do have, and then you be able to nurture those people, and then more people will start to follow you from that once you're nurturing who you already have. And it's a really easy thing to say. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but they focus on the number, but honestly, truly, it's really about the followers you do have and really engaging those, and then from there you'll be able to obviously build out. So my next question is how to gain followers on TikTok. So it's pretty much the same as your IG. Making sure that you're posting consistently. Now, IG is a little bit different to TikTok because with Instagram, I would say, as I said before, you literally need to post like maximum once a day. But with TikTok, you could post more than that because it's all about that kind of scrolling feature with TikTok. So I would recommend that you could post up to 2, maximum 3 times a day. If you're posting 3 times a day, it's just really hard on you if you're really trying to create that much content, and it's going to put more pressure on you. I'd say 2 times if you can do it, but 1 time still works as well. And it really just is about find out what the algorithm likes on TikTok. I would always make sure that you see something within the first like second of your video that's going to capture someone's attention, because I think that on TikTok the amount of time someone has to capture someone's attention is a lot less than on Instagram. So keep that in mind. Make sure that whatever you're doing in the first couple clips is eye-catching enough and is interesting enough for someone to stop scrolling, and start watching. Okay, eyes are done. Let's move on to complexion. So we're going to be just doing a quick light base, medium coverage, and make it nice and glowy. So we've got one more question before we finish up. So that question is, I love your makeup videos. How do you make batch content? Now this is actually a really important question because a lot of people that do content creating, or they're trying to build up their Instagram or TikTok or whatever, it's not their sole job. So that means that they're doing like a 9 to 5 in some way, shape or form, and they need to make sure that they're making the most of their time when they're creating content to make sure that they have enough stuff to be posting during the week if they can't be filming every single day. And this is exactly what I used to do when I didn't do this full time and I had a normal full-time job. So the best way I can say it is to break down your looks, and I've said this to a couple of people that have hopped in my DMs and asked me this question. And when I say break down the looks, I would say create a video on skin, create a video on that same skin when you're doing the eyes, create a video maybe on contour with that same look that you're doing, create a video on the lip that you do in that same look. So again, like, you're making the most of, okay, you've created one look, but actually there's like 5 different things that you've pulled from that one look. You could be thinking about, okay, do you know what, like, I know people really struggle to put lashes on. Well, you're going to put lashes on that look as well. So if you're showing people how to apply lashes at the same time, that's like your 6th video. So there's loads of ways to break down one single look that you film, take loads of different ideas from it, and then be able to take it and make multiple types of content from just creating one look. You've then maximized how much time you were using, and how much content you created in that time, and then Bob's your uncle, you've got like a week's worth of content. And then on top of that, if you were to take pictures of that look, again, you've also got filler content in between that as well. So you could literally be recording on one day of the week, which is what I used to do. I used to film on a Saturday or a Sunday, sometimes both, depending, and then I would get like 2 weeks worth of content or a week's worth of content and be ready to go for that whole entire time, because I know that in my old job that I used to do, I couldn't guarantee the time I would get home at night, etc, etc. So that is my best advice for batch making content. I love a cream bronzer at the moment. I just think it sits so much nicer if you've got like a dewier skin. If you ever think your bronzer goes a bit low as well, you can literally get a brush and like pull underneath just to get it back into place a little bit. I was kind of using the camera versus looking in a mirror, so I'm my contour went a bit low then. But whatever, we can fix it. My favourite setting powder, this is the Huda Beauty Banana Bread Easy Bake setting powder. I love the fact that it comes in like these little pots now as well with the little pat. I've been using like pats for a while now. I say pats, like puffs. Puffs is the word, isn't it? I've been using the puffs for a while now, which I prefer way better than like a beauty blender, basically. Okay guys, so I finished the look. I just finished off with some clear gloss, and that brings me to the end of this chatty Q&A featuring this cute makeup look as well. If you want the details, I'll pop them below, but they have been going through this whole video, so you should be able to capture it, stop it, pause it, whatever you want to call it, and grab any products if you want to know. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Mwah.